What is up, guys? Beancrew49 here. We are back on the Desolation map. It feels good to be back, guys. I've been gone for over a week now. I was on vacation, in case you didn't know, in case you weren't up to speed on the whole thing going on around here. But I'm back now. I had a great vacation, guys. Very relaxing. It wasn't relaxing at all. It was actually very physically demanding. I basically mountain biked in the mountains every single day for a week, and wow, my whole body is just like done. Okay, just done. Posted a few pictures on social media if you want to see what I did. I had a bear encounter. It was pretty awesome. Okay, so we're getting back into the swing of things. I feel a little rusty, you know, 1 week, and I feel like this is all new again. So I'm gonna see what we can do here. Before I get into what I'm building here today, I want to start a new series, and I was going to start it this week, but I'm having a lot of computer problems. I get back and my computer's not working the way it's supposed to, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it out this week. I'm going to do my best, guys, but we're going to try. I know you don't care about no computer problems. You want to see videos, so I'm going to try to sort it out, and we'll get going hopefully this week. Hopefully, I'm keeping my fingers crossed because I want to share this new series with you. I've been wanting to do this series for over a year now. Over a year, I think. So anyway, it's a new building, you know, it's a new day on the Desolation map, but we got a new building. I worked a lot off camera, guys. I was kind of going to save this as a surprise for when I got back. This is the future location of Babe and Dusters. Oh, we got a Babe and Dusters, guys. I'm trying not to get sued. Okay, that's my goal here. I don't want to get sued. The IKEA people are already breathing down my neck. You know what I mean? So I'm trying not to get sued. I don't want any litigation. So we're going to call this Babe and Dusters. At least, unless you guys can come up with something better. You guys got another name that I can call this? Babe and Dusters? I'm not sure if it's a national chain. For those of you living in England or in some other country that's not America, Dave and Buster's is like a place where you go for, it's like a restaurant / arcade. It's a huge restaurant arcade. They got all sorts of games. They got the skee ball, the electronic video games. They got the basketball games. They got a restaurant. They got a bar. They got a karaoke room. So go look it up. Go look up Dave and Buster's if you're not familiar with it, and you can see what I'm going for here. I kind of used the Dave and Buster's in Orlando as sort of a guide for this one. I didn't really copy it, but it looks similar, you know, so you can go check Google Images to see what I was trying to go for here. And yeah, I'm just gonna work on the garage section. I'm also gonna work on the lobby today. Not gonna get a whole lot done because this is, you know, once you start doing the interiors, oh man. So the exterior took me a few hours, you know, it wasn't anything labor intensive. The exteriors of buildings just fly up, guys. They just fly up. It's when you start doing the interiors that things slow down to a crawl, you know, and that's something that I learned a long time ago, because all these buildings have interiors, guys, every single one of them. So I have a lot to do on here, so bear with me, guys. You know, I also want to finish the Haze Tower pretty soon, so I'm gonna work on this, you know, a little bit here and there. Okay, so you might notice that we're in fast forward motion and today's Monday. Those two things go hand in hand because that means it's creative question of the week time. My favorite part of the series. This is the part of the series where I answer a question that you guys give to me, and you tell me which way you want this channel to go on Mondays, and I go in that direction. Only I'm going to take a slight detour most of the time. You guys know that. Anyone who's asked a question knows I take slight detours here and there. Alright, so we're going to see. We got a question in from Lightning Strike. What are your thoughts on the 2016 Rio Olympics? Thank you, Lightning Strike, for that fantastic question. Very timely. You know I'm going to answer these timely questions, guys. So thank you, Lightning Strike, for submitting your question. If you want to submit a question, do so in the comment section below. Just write create a question of the week and put your question there. Make sure the question is creative, or else it's not going to get chosen. All right. What do I think of the 2016 Rio Olympics? Now, bear in mind, disclaimer, these are only my opinions. You know that by now, guys. These are my opinions. I'm not trying to convince you. I just want you to see things from my perspective. And then having seen my perspective, you can maybe, you know, see things from a different perspective if you want, or you can keep your perspective. It's all up to you. I'm just stating my opinion on things. I stopped watching the Olympics maybe like 7 or 8 Olympics ago. You know, I used to kind of be into them. I'm a sports guy. I love sports. You know, I just spent a week doing mountain biking. I love to do sports, okay? I really do. And I think sports are very good for physical exercise, for mental, building up your mental game. You can't win a gold medal if you're not 100% there mentally. You know what I mean? It helps you with dedication. Team sports help you with socializing and with working as a group. Sports are great. Sports are the best. But I think that the Olympics were created for a very specific reason, and it's not a good one. A very specific reason. Okay, let's get into this. The Olympics causes separation. The Olympics changes the way you see other human beings. Okay, it's going to be very hard for me to explain this because sometimes the words don't come, but the emotions and feeling are there right now, guys. The Olympics were created so that you think that your country is the best and all other countries are inferior. It's the us versus them mode of thinking, okay? What is the most important thing on the news when it concerning the Olympics is how many medals does our country have compared to the other countries? It's a contest, right? And it's so subtle. It's so subtle, yet it's also so in your face. The whole point of the Olympics is to get you to think that people who live in other countries are separated from you. Almost to the point where they're not even human. You don't even look at them like humans. They are just them. They're the they. They're the enemy. Everyone from America is just and patriotic and full of freedom and power. And everyone else from every other country is weak. You know what I mean? It's just pounded into you for 2 weeks every 2 years. Just like, our country is the best. No other country can beat us. Da, 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 da. We're going to play the national anthem anytime we do well. You hear the national anthem like 87 times over the course of 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And it's just pounded into you very subtly that people who live across an imaginary line are your enemy. The truth is, guys, that borders aren't real. I've never actually seen a border. Have you? Have you ever seen a border? Of course not. But the Olympics forces us to see people as outsiders. See other people as outsiders, other countries. Okay? Why do wars occur? Why does any fighting occur, guys? Think about this. Why does any fighting occur? It's because people fear what is different from them. They fear what is different from them. Whether it's religious differences, cultural differences, language differences, what foods they eat, what clothes they wear. It doesn't matter why. But war and fighting, the root of it is people with differences refusing to accept another person's difference to the point where they have to try to kill each other. That's all fighting is. Xenophobia is what fighting is. That's the root of all of it. And the Olympics is one of the biggest, most subtle, yet most blatantly obvious ways of programming your thinking to change. To make you think that people from other countries are so different from you, when the reality is they're human beings. They're just like you, they just speak a different language. That's about it. They have a few different customs. They pray to a different God, but they are human beings. And the one thing that is keeping our world from uniting together in peace is our refusal to accept other people's differences. That's all it is. It's people refusing to accept other people's uniqueness. We're all unique, we're all different, yet we are all one. We're all the same, we're all human beings, we're all in this together. But the Olympics just forces you. It forces you. You have no choice but to see things in black and white. US versus Britain versus Russia versus Australia, you know? There's all this verse, fighting, competing. It doesn't get us anywhere. I know what you're thinking. You're saying, oh, this is just sporting. This is just sports. You know, it's just sports, so who cares? It's not as deep as you're going into it being. You know, I know what you're thinking, but you're wrong. Here's why. Because it programs your thinking from such a young age that you grow up with this same mentality and you don't even realize it. Kids love Olympics, you know what I mean? They love it. And from the very young age, you're just forced to understand that even though people are still human beings, they're not the same as you. They're not even equal to you. And the Olympics is just one way to help program a child's mind. Just one little way. There's thousands of ways it happens, but that's one of the ways. So, suffice it to say, I don't watch the Olympics. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, I love sports. Sports are awesome for all the reasons I mentioned. Sports are great. But our society places such an overinflated importance on these sports. Such an overinflated emphasis on these sports so that you are programmed. I mean, I watched a little bit of the Olympics just to see what was going on, and it was ridiculous. Michael Phelps has $55 million because he swims really fast, right? While people who are actively making this world a better place are unknown. And it's because our society wants to emphasize this vapid, inane, trivial stuff so that you are not focused on what really needs to happen, the healing that needs to happen, the peace that we need to make. The Olympics is dividing us. It's separating us when we need to be moving in the opposite direction. And our society just thrusts these sports stars into the spotlight so that your mind is distracted. And I watched some of the, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, I watched Michael Phelps's, the 4-person relay, I don't know what it is, it's 4 people swimming together. And it was the most, after the interview, after the thing was over, they did an interview with the swimmers, and it was so stupid. The interviewer was like, so what did you think about your performance in the water today? And one of the swimmers like, you know, we tried to swim really fast, and then we got in the water, and we swam really fast, and it was good. And then she goes to the next swimmer. So what did you think about it? Oh, yeah. Just like, I just wanted to swim fast, you know. So I've been training hard and we swim fast. And, you know, today the day came and we swam really fast. And then she gives it to Michael Phelps. Yeah. Oh, man, I swim fast, really. You know, it was good. And then I got in the water. It was kind of cold, but I swam. I didn't swim fast. And then, you know, we did good. We did good. Here, give me a hug. And then they all hug. And then it gets to the last guy, and he's like, well, you know, he's trying to use all the biggest words he can possibly think of. He's like, well, you know, the juxtaposition of me swimming fast with the coldness of the water made my teammates very weary of, oh my God, it was like the last guy was trying to sound so smart, but he like didn't even know the words he was using. Oh my goodness. And these are the people making millions of dollars. Millions. Martin Luther King was shot in the head. Okay, a poor man. Do you see the problem with this, guys? Do you see a disconnect here with what's supposed to be happening and what is happening? Right? These stars of our society, I'm using air quotes, I know you can't see. One of these days I'll do a face reveal. I'll have a face cam or something, but 10,000 subscribers. Yeah, but can't you see that they're being thrust into the spotlight? And they don't deserve it. Come on. What do? They go through the water really quickly. That's great. You know, props to them. I'm glad for them that they can swim so fast. But who cares? Who cares? You know, I would like to reward people who have real, tangible skills that can help improve the world. I don't know what Michael Phelps is improving by his wearing around his 23 gold medals around town. You know what I mean? He's not helping anybody. He's inspiring other kids to swim fast is probably the best he's doing for the world, okay? So, it's all a dog and pony show. It's all a misdirect. It's smoke and mirrors, guys. For 2 weeks, you drop everything and you just drool over this forced separation. In order for us to make real progress as a society, we need to unite, and that is the only way. It is to just realize that, yes, that person is different from me. That person has different customs, culture, language, religion. Yes, he's different. but he or she is a human being exactly like me. We all came from the same place. We're all in this together. We're all one and united. And only then, having understood that, can you bring peace. Otherwise, it's just fighting. Do you want to live in a world that's just constant fighting and war? Where little kids go off to battle to die for some oil in the sand? I don't understand. Do you want to live in that world still? Things like the Olympics are forcing our children to think in that way. Do you see what I'm saying? It is forcing children to see separation when there is only unity. So I don't watch the Olympics, okay? And if you watch the Olympics, more power to you, but please understand what's happening. That's all I ask. Understand what they're trying to get you to think, and then, watch it looking past it. But if you're unconscious to what they're trying to do to you, then you're just going to fall victim to it, okay? So thanks for that creative question. I liked it. Lightning strike, thank you. I obviously have a lot more to do on this Bathe and Dusters, guys. A lot more. So don't expect a lot of progress soon. I got to work on the Haze Tower a little bit. But I'm going to work on this on and off camera. And, maybe get Aubrey and Andrew in here to help me with some games. I know he likes to build games. So we'll get him in here for some games. Okay, guys? Alright, so that's going to be the episode for today. Please leave a creative question of the week. I'm glad to be back here. I hope you're glad I'm back. And hopefully if my computer doesn't crap out on me, we're going to be here a long time. Alright guys, leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy Minecrafting. Peace.